My glass must be broken. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Peace. Peace, everyone, as you are joining the YouTube Live. I'm going to take this string off my sage. Forgot to do that. Peace. We give about 2 minutes for people to join as we talk about what our Q4 yoga journey has been like thus far. We are what we are today. We are actually officially 30 days in. So thank you to everyone that has commented, posted, joined us on this journey. So today, to complement my yoga practice, I have some sage, which you just saw me take the string off of that. Clearly I need to run some errands to get some lighters because those are supposed to be out. But just to really activate sense of smell to keep us present here in this room for this 15-minute flow we're about to embark on. So just lighting your sage enough to get some smoke going, some smell, good smells. So I also have some aromatherapy spray from, I think this is from Bath and Body Works. The lavender, the blue one is lavender essential oil aromatherapy, and the green one is eucalyptus. And so it actually, number 5, it recommends to spritz your yoga mat. So I think I'm feeling eucalyptus today, so put the lavender to the side. I'm also gonna spray my block. So I'm spraying pretty heavily, just like I would spray if I was about to clean my yoga mat or something. Just to get that smell going, because I just want to be more present. So we have spent 3 minutes doing everything. So let's begin our yoga flow, friends. So I'm thinking to go with this view today. So if you have blocks, maybe a pillow that you'd like to sit on to elevate the hips, bringing that to your practice here and now. Aligning the hips with the back of the block. Just come into an easy seat, allow the knees to fall open. I'm gonna bring my water over. Hope everyone has been also increasing their water intake. I will share a little bit about what adding some additional yoga intention through my week has done for my yoga practice. So it has increased my water intake. It's made me more intentional about that. Take a sip. That I've been talking more about yoga to random people, like people in the grocery store or people at the gas station. If they ask, like, oh, where are you headed? I like that outfit or something like that. So, I'm a little more vocal about what my yoga practice is and what this journey has been like. So it's just been a wonderful journey to be on and to share with my online yoga community. So sitting nice and tall, we'll start today's practice with just a nice grounding meditation. Another reason I kind of sprayed my mat. If your sage has gone out, maybe returning, grabbing your lighter. My lighter doesn't want to cooperate, so we may not have any sage today. So that's totally okay. Just accepting the flow of things. Maybe sage, maybe you don't need it today, and that's okay. So just allowing the shoulders to relax here. You don't want to have them in the ears. Just allow them to rest nice and easy here. Also allowing a little space between the lips to unclench the jaw. Allowing the palms to just rest easy on the thighs. Can have them facing up to receive the energy that you've created in the room. Whether you use an aromatherapy spray, some Palo Santo, some sage, or just your favorite candle. We'll bring our right hand over our heart, left hand to our belly, and just breathe. Don't have to change your breath, just being aware of what your normal breath is like. If you find your mind is wandering to the to-do list or a list of errands you need to run later, just taking a deep inhale through the nose, deepest breath you will have taken all day. You feel your chest rise, the belly fills with air. On your exhale, open the mouth. Make that exhale very audible. So like your mama told you to bring her the remote for the 10th time in the room all the way across the house. Yeah, like that. I invite you to also reverse the palm. So sending the left hand over the heart now, right hand over the belly. Being intentional with creating balance here on the mat. Because what happens on the yoga mat also happens off the mat. So let's be intentional about what we create here. You know what? My yoga pants are not allowing my stomach to fully get in there, so we gonna lower the yoga pants, okay? Send the palms back to the thighs. If the eyes are closed, maybe you allow them to start to flutter open. I'm gonna take another sip of water. Reversing your feet here in your easy seat. So my right leg was tucked in here pretty good. So I'm gonna put my left leg on top of my right here. Get my easy seat set up nice and comfortable here. Since I don't have enough room to send my arms up and out, I'll go up and over the head today, looking up to the hands. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. We'll just send the hands straight back up, looking up to the hands. We'll begin to twist to the left. So right hand comes to the left knee. Left hand will come behind us. Little twist. Using that connection with the yoga mat, with our knee, to just pull us a little deeper. On your exhale, you sit up a little taller. Exhale, looking back over the left shoulder. Next exhale, friends, coming back to center, rolling the shoulders up and back. Then reversing that direction, rolling the shoulders forward. Might feel a little goofy, the forward motion, but your shoulders will appreciate it. We'll send the arms up and over or out and overhead, looking up to our hands, hands down to heart center. Thinking of a few things that we're grateful for here today on this beautiful Sunday. Inhale, sending the arms right back up overhead. We twist to the right this time. So left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Notice how I just allowed my shoulder to rotate around to the back. So inviting you to try that option as well. Just kind of making a little horizon semicircle there with the motion. Twisting to the left, using that connection with the left hand and right hand on our knee and the ground to pull us through. Excuse me. Next exhale, we unwind. Maybe you Harlem shake, roll out the shoulders. Teach someone how to Dougie before we come over into tabletop. You can swing the legs out and over. Maybe just swinging the legs out in front of you. So here in tabletop, aligning the shoulders over the wrist. I'm gonna face this direction. Move my water over. Shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. Well, inhale, drop the belly, look up, cow pose. Stretching the hips back towards the feet. So pretending like we're the Slinky Dog in Toy Story. Like you have that much space here between your shoulders and your hips that he did. So you know how he could elongate. We want to get that feeling of elongation here in our cow pose. Exhale, we bring our chin into the chest, looking between the knees, pressing firmly into the hands, cat pose. Using your own breath, your own inhale to drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, chin to the chest. I'll show this from a few angles. You can have the tops of the feet here down on the mat or have them tucked, whichever gives you the most stability, makes you feel the most comfortable. From here, friends, we'll begin to tuck the toes, completing our cat-cows, lifting the knees off of the mat, coming into downward facing dog. So walking out one knee at a time here, taking our dog on a walk. Might sound like some Rice Krispies, but that's all right, friends. That's why we're here, work it out. Looking up to the hands. So you want to make sure that when the hands are on the mat, the fingers are spread wide. So if they're like this, making a little adjustment to make the fingers wider, more distance between them. And here in downward facing dog, you want to be able to draw a straight line here off of the yoga mat with your middle finger. So camera there could see my middle finger right here, can draw a straight line right off the yoga mat. So yoga tip 101 is, if I would give a foundation yoga tip list, would be here when the hands are connected on the mat, which this can also go for tabletop as well. When you're in table, setting that foundation, hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrist with the hands, being sure that the middle finger can draw a straight line off the mat, because all you do from here to get in downward facing dog is just tuck the toes, lift the knees off of the yoga mat, downward facing dog. So if you need to make any adjustments when you get here because it's a little tight, you can widen the feet, can even widen the hands if you would like, if that feels comfortable. If not, I recommend just keeping the same hand and feet placement when you're in downward facing dog. When you are in tabletop, just tucking the toes, lifting the knees to downward facing dog. So again, repeating that, I recommend keeping the hand and feet placement the same from tabletop to downward facing dog. Inhale, we look up to those hands, friends, from downward facing dog. We begin to walk our feet between our hands. So friends, knowing that if you're in this forward fold and say your legs are really tight and maybe you can only walk the feet up to about right here, which maybe this might be better for me to do this way. So downward facing dog, right? We're starting to walk our feet up between our hands. Say our legs are super tight. This is
This is as far as we can walk our feet in today. Walk the hands back to meet the feet. The feet will flatten out. Here you are in your forward fold. So, knowing that the legs do not have to be straight, we do not want the knee to be hyperextended in any way. So, maybe a slight bend in the knee. If the legs are super tight, more of a bend in the knee. That's what this looks like from the side. And just allowing the head to be heavy. So, not holding the head up here. That's another yoga pose. So, just committing to the forward fold, head is heavy, crown of the head towards the feet. Can grab opposite elbows here. Maybe take a little wide stance. So heel toe the right foot out just a little bit. Maybe heel toe the left foot out as well. We'll rock from side to side here. Ragdoll pose. Kind of like pendulum or I think on a grandfather clock. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, make that sigh audible. Heel toe the feet back in. Maybe the hands connect down to the ground for a little stability. We're still in our forward fold. We inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, we forward fold. I know I keep rotating around the mat, but that's just to give you a better view of certain poses. So we're still in our forward fold after halfway lifting. We're going to root our feet down. So you want your feet connected to the mat to feel just like when your hands are connected to the mat, right? Because the feet and the hands keep us upright, keep us going. So we're standing nice and tall in our mountain pose. So looking down to the feet, maybe we lift the toes up just a little bit, testing our balance. And then spreading the toes. So just like I cued us earlier to spread our fingers nice and wide on the mat, we want that same action going for the toes here. It might feel a little goofy. So kind of like when you go get a pedicure and they put the toe separators in, that's how you want your feet to kind of look and feel. That gives you just a better connection, better grip to the mat, grounding. If you know about the chakras, I have on my red today for root chakra guidance and energy. Palms facing forward, allowing the shoulders to just rest nice and easy. Deep breath in, exhale, sigh, audible. Inhale, send the arms up overhead. We look up to our hands. Exhale, we forward fold. Today I'm just going with prayer hands. Nice and slow, not in any rush. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, friends. Flat back. Exhale, we fold, immediately planting the hands down. So we can step one foot back at a time. Coming into a high plank pose. So the shoulders are right over the wrist. We'll lower the knees down, hug elbows into the ribs. Chest hits the mat, chin finds the mat. Pressing into the hands, we come to cobra pose. Exhale, we send the hips back over the heels for child's pose. Forehead connects to the mat. So for a more supported and grounded child's pose for today's practice, for our root chakra guidance, root chakra feel that I want to give for today. Well, actually, no block today. We'll just have the knees close together, hands outstretched. I'm going to allow my forearms so my elbows will come down to the mat as well. We'll take 7 breaths here. Our root chakra is at the base of our chakra system. So 7 breaths today here in our child's pose for the 7
7 levels to get down to our root chakra. I'm gonna go reverse. We're gonna start from our crown.
I invite you here in your child's pose in this 7 breaths to walk the left hand over to the right. Left hand ends up on top of the right hand. Maybe you colored off the yoga mat a little bit today. And then allow the head to rest between the arms. Again, the elbows can still come down here. You can make this a little more relaxing. Then it becomes a little more of a shoulder stretch here. Versus that side stretch and side twist if the elbows are lifted here. Just lift the elbows, see what it feels like. Lower your elbows, see what it feels like. And then you see which one you like and you stick it. We'll come back to center for just a moment. You might be through with your 7 breaths, like, oh, okay, so take 7 more. Going over to the left side this time. Coming back to center. I'll cue us through one more sun salutation A, and then that'll end. I'm pretty sure we're a little past our 15 minutes, but since it is the last Sunday in October, the last Sunday for our first month of our quarter 4 yoga journey, why not? So we'll meet in downward facing dog from child's pose. Just press into the hands. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees, downward facing dog. Have three breaths here to explore. Maybe walking the dog. You can do some downward dog rolls. So you roll out here to plank pose and then roll the body back into downward facing dog. Something else you can do here in downward facing dog as well. I'll reverse my view. Lift the left hand. This does challenge your balance. So the only hand I have connected here to the mat is the right hand. My left hand is reaching for my right ankle. So creating a twist here in your downward facing dog. So this does test your balance, a little arm strength here. You don't have to stay long. It can just be a tap of the ankle with the opposite hand. Knowing that you have options. Maybe you want to explore the roll out to plank pose, rolling back in. Find a stillness in your downward facing dog now. So allowing the heels to melt down towards the yoga mat. Just finding this A or V. Some people say A or V. I don't really know which one I want to say. Inhale, look up to the hands. Walk the feet between the hands. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift with the flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Rooting the feet down. So looking at your feet. Maybe here you lift the toes as you start to root to rise. As you roll the shoulders up and back, the toes plant back down on the mat. Maybe another rolling up and back of the shoulders for good measure. Coming on the heels or lifting up off the heels onto the toes for a moment. Standing nice and tall, mountain pose. One breath in, one breath out. Another breath in, another breath out, louder. Inhale, send the arms up overhead. Little gentle back bend invited here. So maybe you just send the hips forward. Arms come back a little. Can also cactus the hands open. The neck fall back if the neck allows. Mine does not. So here we are.
Inhale, arms go back up. Exhale, you forward fold.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, start to step one foot back at a time. Can lower down, hugging elbows into the ribs. Tops of the feet come to the mat immediately. Then you press into the hands, cobra pose. Exhale, send the hips back over the heels. Child's pose. Maybe you rock the hips from left to right. Alrighty, friends.
I invite you to take that sun salutation as many times as needed. Today, that sun salutation flow can build heat. It can be a great, for me, a cardio workout. Especially if, you know, you do it at one breath per movement. So inhale, exhale, one pose. Inhale, exhale, one pose. So inviting you all to use this flow to accompany your at-home yoga practice, and sharing this with anyone, co-worker, friend, family member, who, you know, is looking to have a at-home yoga practice with beginner options and beginner flow, and to really just feel like they're doing yoga at home with their best friend in their living room. Thank you so much for joining this Sunday's highly yoga baited little extra special edition flow. So stay tuned here on YouTube. I'll be posting a YouTube short here soon on what to expect for the Q4 Yoga Journey Challenge for the month of November. So peace, have a wonderful Sunday, wonderful weekend, and I'll see y'all soon.